Hey folks, how we doing today? It's me again, Shannon Fox here, Devoted Patriots 2 channel, and I've got a great video clip here for you. It is Ralph Norman from South Carolina. He is one of our representatives in the House. He is with Stinchfield, who is from a Real America's Voice. He is out of Dallas, Texas, which used to be my hometown. But it's a great little interview because it is confirmation of what we already knew. If you watch one of my last videos about how Matt Gaetz was explaining how Kevin McCarthy sabotaged everybody that was in the speaker race, basically for trying to prolong the process as long as he could with his pro tem, and sabotaging, stabbing in the back Jim Jordan, Steve Scalise, and anybody that got up there that tried to get the job. Well, we ended up with Mike Johnson. And the reason was, more than anything, it happened that way is because Kevin McCarthy was exposed as the architect of this baloney, malarkey, bullshit, however you want to call it. And we've now got a third confirmation of this. So I'm going to call it a fact. Nancy May spoke about this the other day as well, made some more factual statements, which just corroborated what Matt Gaetz had said. Kevin McCarthy was the problem, not Matt Gaetz. And we could have had Jim Jordan, we could have had Steve Scalise, if it wasn't for McCarthy's antics. Let's go ahead and get into this, folks. He does speak a little bit about Mike Johnson, and I think he's right. I think we're headed in a better direction. Tell me what you think in the comments section down below. Helps the algorithm. And like and share if you haven't already.
Mike Johnson is a breath of fresh air. Mike Johnson is a victory for the taxpayers. Mike Johnson is a victory for America. And Matt Gaetz gets a world of credit. He did the right thing. And what he said about McCarthy, I was there. I saw what McCarthy tried to do to undermine Mike Johnson. It was unethical. And the good won over evil, though, is the best way to describe it. And yes, Mike Johnson will make a huge difference. And was it worth the 3 weeks? You bet it was worth the 3 weeks. Yeah. Media made a big deal of it. Look, we got the right man at the right time who can do the job. And I'm excited, and it's a new day in America, and it's not going to be easy. But if it were easy, everybody would be doing it. And he will get things done.
Look, I want to put the past behind us, but I'm going to ask you this because it's important, because it's the reason why we needed to get here and oust McCarthy. You think McCarthy was behind sinking the candidacy of Jim Jordan, too, when he was running? Was he really running these backroom deals?
Grant, what he was doing, yes. He not only Jim Jordan, but Steve Scalise. I mean, he was back trying to get in. It shows you what a man that is warped by power and money. And, that's why he and Steve Scalise never had a good relationship. But I saw it firsthand with Mike Johnson, because I saw what he did. He had he never wanted a roll call vote. And for your viewers, Grant, it's where you have to stand up and say who you're supporting. And the 43 people or 41 people that Matt's talking about signed a secret ballot and said they just had others. And until Drew Ferguson stood up and said, I want to know who the others, define who that is. And the leadership had to say McCarthy. Yet
I call that cold busted, folks. I'm glad they handled it that way. It exposed McCarthy as the orchestrator, the architect of this bullshit. And then about that time they realized McCarthy is the problem, and all the people that had been promised things to side against Mike Johnson realized they were going to be exposed as part of the uniparty that's willing to work with McCarthy to do anything to sabotage whoever the next candidate is. And they didn't want to have that hanging over their heads. And so unanimously we got 220 full house on the Republican side to vote for Mike Johnson, even Kevin McCarthy. And I bet that was a hard pill for him to swallow, and I'm glad for it. Let's go ahead and get back into it, folks. But more confirmation, makes it a fact as far as I'm concerned. Kevin McCarthy's a weasel. We knew it when we put him in there. I tried to give him a chance, and my original thought was he's not the right man for the job. And now we know, he'll never be speaker again. And no matter what, we've got a better man in for the job. The great Mike Johnson. You will see, folks. He's a good one.
When it came time to stand up, there was nobody stood up. And that's unethical. And what's the worst part about this, though? McCarthy kept putting out, we endorse Mike Johnson, he will do a good job, yet he's trying to cut his throat on the vote.